Hello and welcome to TreeWalker Talks, episode 69, Expectations. Alright, so we'll get right off on the homestead update. This is Saturday, February 17th. It's 10:24 p.m. Doing it a day early because I've got things to do tomorrow and I'm not sure that I'll get time to record this. So let's get it recorded. Hopefully we'll get more done tomorrow, but I can tell you what I did so far over the past week. Okay, so one of the big things is snow. We were like up near record highs, and then we got snow, and it's actually on the ground. It's gonna be cold for a couple days, and then it's gonna warm back up into the 50s. So it's crazy weather, crazy weather. We can't complain too much though. We really haven't had. This is pretty much the second round of snow that we've had. And it's been a mild winter, so hopefully it holds out and keeps on going. What else do we have? I do have a list of things to go over. So with the weather up and down in that, the maple sap hasn't really been doing great. I do have one tree I didn't tap a couple. The one I did tap is only done in like a week and a half, maybe 5 gallons. I do have a tree that was leaking out the leaves. These aren't sugar maples. These are other maples. They still make syrup. It's just not as sweet and takes more to make it. So, but it was leaking out where the leaves were going to be, so it should actually be ready to tap. But then we just hit this where we're staying below freezing. So next week it's supposed to be like 20s and 40s and 20s and 50s. The sap should be running pretty good. Did get the Muscovy ducks moved. They are all in the same pen together now. There was a little bit of hoo-ha and that. What I couldn't believe is how strong they were. They really have strong wings and muscles. Do look forward here soon, just to make sure before we make a whole lot of plans with the Muscovies. I do want to butcher one and try the meat to eat to make sure that it's something that we all like, or something that we want to, keep going forward with, or if we just want to keep them now for eggs. So we'll see what we're going to do there. Or possibly to sell, ducklings or that. So we'll see where we go with that. The new appliances. So we did go pick them up today. My day was kind of running around doing that, and then went over and had a good chat with my dad and picked up a appliance cart for my sister so that we can easily move the fridge in and out. And the fridge hasn't been moved yet, but we did get the dishwasher installed. So we've got a dishwasher again. Thank goodness. Okay, so the little indoor greenhouse. I am just completely overrun with sage. I know. Good problem to have. I'm probably going to go through and trim it down. Get quite a few starts going because I'd like to get these out into the garden and have extras left over to give a couple friends and people at work and that for their gardens. So just have to keep her going. Like I said, they have just been going like gangbusters. And in that hydroponic system, we do have some other herbs popping up. And did I label them? No. I know. Really should have, huh? Because I don't remember what I planned to wear. So that's why I said we've got other herbs. The weird thing is, I don't think the sage or the basil came up, but I'm pretty sure the cumin did, which would be kind of weird. Never had cumin actually start from seed before, so we'll see with there. Okay, on to the main topic. Wait, before we go to the main topic, I still am a little under the weather. My throat's kind of sore and that, but I am better. I'm not as bad, tired and stuff. So we're on the mend. But I may stop to drink quite a bit. So now on to the main topic, expectations. And this came to me this week. And I'm not going to go into perfect detail about it, but I will tell the story. So I was told I was going to get something. And maybe you've had this at work. Maybe you've had it other things. But I was told I was going to get something back in August. And then it would probably happen this month. And so for that whole time, it was monetary. That whole time I built up what I was going to do with this money. What was I going to do with it? I could buy this. I could buy that. I could get the cement mixer. I could get the saws I need. The other power equipment I want to do things. And do this and that. In my mind, I thought, no, I'm probably only going to get this much. So it But I kept sliding in, going, hey, yeah, wow, it could be this much, and I could get this, maybe a camper even. Maybe I could get, a camper to go up north to put on the property there. And the thing is, the low number that I expected is what I would probably get. I got more than that. Not a significant amount, but more. So I'm at struggles with myself because I should be happy with that. I mean, it was something I didn't have before and I got now. And it would, I should be happy, right? Because I got more than I expected. But I built up in my mind so long of what it was going to be and what it should be that when it was even more than what I really expected, it wasn't that big amount. So I was let down. And I didn't like that. I don't like that I did that because, like I said, this was something that I probably wouldn't have gotten. But how many times do we do that in our lives? How many times do we look at a situation and build it up and, well, it's going to be this and that. It's going to be great. I'm going to get 100 acres. I'm going to get a farm with 100 acres. That's going to be awesome. But, I could make do on 4 acres. Really, for 4 acres, I could probably be self-sustainable as much as I can and really just utilize that the best I can. That would be, I could do that. That'd be great. And then you get a homestead that's 10 acres. And then you feel, well, but it's not that 100 acres I wanted. Wow. I don't know what I'm going to do with this because it's not that 100 acres. But you were already in your mind to where you could do fine on 4 acres. So why would we feel let down? I think we need to work on ourselves to we're not settling. It's not even settling to be happy with what we get. Because like I said, here on the homestead I'm at now, it's a half acre. And I want more acreage. I want to be able to raise hogs. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I'm not utilizing the acreage I have now. There's so much more I could do with this. It may not be hogs or pigs. It may be different plants, different vegetables, different small animals. But I could still utilize it more. So that's what I'm trying to do with myself is like, okay, let's utilize this and show, like maybe if I'm selling comfort or selling something, show that I can get customers for that so that if I get more land, then there's a business plan there. There's actually a reason why I need that land more than I just want to raise, pigs. Because really, I could probably raise something I could trade for pork, right? So do I need the land to raise the pigs? So I think all of us are guilty of that, of shooting for the stars and then telling ourselves that we'd be okay with this, then getting more than what we'd be okay with. But it's still not the best. It's not perfect. That's one of the sayings. Don't let perfect get in the way of good enough. So just because the situation isn't perfect doesn't mean it's not good enough, that you can't do something with it. So this one's more a philosophical episode and more just kind of my thoughts and some of the things I'm going through there. Because like I said, I'm not happy with myself at all that I wasn't happy with what I got, that I wanted more. Because I should be exuberant. I should be, overwhelmed with joy of what I got. But then I found myself still wanting more. So we need to, like I said, I need to work on being happy with what I have, utilizing what I have to the best of the ability, and then maybe more will fall into my lap, from my hard work, my working hard to get to it. It's, but we'll see. Let me just go out there on the limb and tell you a crazy thing here. I was even thinking that maybe I don't need a farmstead or a homestead. Maybe I don't need a bunch of acreage out in the country. Would I like it? Yeah. I'd like to be away from people. But with some of the growing techniques I'm using, and like the rabbits and stuff, that if you keep it clean and use sawdust and stuff and that sort, the smell's not bad. Couldn't I do the same thing in, say, a old factory? Something that's not being utilized for anything right now. It's just a big open space, maybe in an area that's most people don't really want to do anything in. Like we've got some here. The town I live in is Findlay, Ohio, in case anybody's never known. There's a couple buildings over by, there's a Cooper Tire. Makes, tires. So it does have a smell in the summer. And there's trains that go through right next to it. But there is a huge brick warehouse that's for sale. Why wouldn't that work? Why couldn't I outfit it to grow organic, all natural stuff there? I could even put rabbits in there. Maybe even quail. See, the problem with the poultry is they can get a little bit smellier too in that sort of setting. But, I've got room here. I could grow chickens in that to utilize for that. So it makes you start thinking, I look at the small town. There used to be, there isn't anymore. I think they're using it for something. There was a couple factories there that are empty. What could I do with that kind of space that's sitting there empty that nobody wants to use? So I guess this is kind of twofold. One is, when it's more than you expected, but less than you hoped for, it's still good, right? So we should be happy with that. And also, let's look at all of our opportunities. They may not be perfect, but you know what? They may be good enough. Because, like I said, sometimes if you do stuff like that, like I was saying in the town there, you can get grants for that. Because you're utilizing buildings that normally haven't been utilized. So, I guess I'm looking at other things too. Maybe that's my calling. Maybe I'm not supposed to live on 3,000 acres up the Upper Peninsula in Michigan and have a compound there with my family. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. But, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to come up with a new way to grow things hydroponically or aquaponically, share it with people, and get people going on that. I've got a listener right now, a friend of mine. She was messaging about how she's had some issues with they've got clay, which we have clay up here too. And with the heat where she lives, the raised beds are really hard to do. So she was asking about the hydroponics, how I'm going to do it, or how I do it. And so, I sent her, I bought another one that actually I'm thinking I might use it for strawberries, but that's beside the point. And it's just a small one to try. Now, I have plans on what I want to do with piping and stuff. That'll be a video later on. But, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do, is to help people find their way to that. Find new ways to grow things. Do ways to grow things in small spaces. So, I'm walking away from this weekend, this thoughts and all that, energized, feeling motivated that, maybe I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, the purpose I'm supposed to have. There's Ken Esch is his name. That's Ken, E-A-S-H, Ken Esch. He has a podcast. He's on Facebook. And let me check that real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Some of these things just pop up, and I'm not prepared for them, so I had to get prepared, and I drew a blank. His podcast right now is called Finding the Next Level, and it's Ken Esch. And he teaches about helping people find purpose, what their purpose is, and things in life, especially for the it's late. My mind's not going to say that one. For the solo businessman. And he is talking about, he might be rebranding soon. But so if you look it up now, it'll be there. He has, on his podcast, he sends out little daily thoughts and things to help you. He's great. I have actually I listen to him every day on my way to work. And he gives me thoughts, things to think about, things to do. And so that's why I brought up about my purpose. So if you get a chance, check out Ken Esch. All right. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope to see you on the next one. And remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.